But hello, how are you all?
You have.
Hello.
You have.
Thank you for asking.
Yes. Welcome to another riveting session of the Pacific NorthQuest.
Pacific NorthQuest.
Subtitle: A Tragic Tale in Barovia.
Subtitle: We're all gonna die.
Where previously, I don't know. I need to write things down. What happened last time? Y'all.
You blew up a wagon and get attacked by werewolves.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
I have
summary.
another round to change my spells. Yeah.
And then I lied to a bunch of Vistani.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So our session started with the party having reunited with their old friend Tyr, mysteriously brought back from the dead. He immediately fell unconscious and was completely useless for the moment. The party, for whatever reason, decided to still drag him along, and for whatever reason, ignored the invitation to get into the carriage that one gracious host, Strahd had
He was
sent.
being very rude and very pushy.
How could we?
Consent is important.
Yes, very much so.
Yes. None of you chose to get in the carriage. I'm very sad that you did not get to see what happens if you're to get in the carriage.
I think someone disconnected the horses
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
and then reconnected them immediately after.
No, I left him disconnected.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
just left him there.
They just stood standing there like whatever.
Yes, and they did seem to be strangely obedient horses. But the party did continue along. They decided to check out the direction that they knew the tower was in, the one mentioned by one Rictavio. The party found it before long, sitting on a small lake. They investigated, and the main distinct feature in this place was a certain wagon parked on the island with the tower. One Sir Michael decided to ignore a warning to keep out and break in to this wagon. And a couple of his friends decided to come up as he did so, and they were all engulfed in a massive explosion. Because they failed to realize that there was a trap of many, many flasks
Didn't look, just push the door open.
of alchemist fire.
And that's how my cock got burned.
Yeah. Now it burns.
Is that why? Yeah, is that why it burns?
Sometimes it's better to keep my cock out.
Nobody died, surprisingly, though a couple people did get blasted into the water.
My cock did get wet.
Party decided to focus on the tower itself, and on the door of the tower they discovered a number of strange markings. Boris decided to check for traps this time on the door with a claw, and was not electrocuted, but shocked for a good amount of lightning damage.
How's it going?
Until a certain Goliath named Fardin put the pieces together and understood what was being told to them. And I think I'm going to actually leave this with you
Yes, I performed a dance.
as a gift, as a keepsake.
I want to change my laptop to be
Yeah.
unlocked with events.
It's the question to which you found your answer. The party gained access to the tower. They met a few clay golemoid creatures managing a makeshift elevator. They found themselves at the top, did some investigation, found some information about an old friend of theirs, as well as about an old friend of that friend. Don't want to say too much, don't want to ruin Tyr's experience of waking up here. But party decided to continue along. They were accosted by some werewolves. Long story, and then they continued on their way to Valaki.
No. You can't glaze over the fact. He
What?
walked across a 100-foot bridge to walk directly up to the leader who was retreating
Wait, yeah, the werewolves.
and taunted him.
What tells the story? This is
I mean, if you
recorded.
he
I mean-
taunted us.
if you
We were
insist,
here. We were here. We know what happened. We know what happened.
I forgot.
It's just nice to finally see some repercussions for say that to my face.
yes. Now, I do want to get into the session proper because I don't want to ruin the experience. We're going to start from the perspective of Tyr.
Howdy, y'all.
Tyr, the last thing you remember was being ripped apart
Yeah.
by a certain Strahd Zarvich.
Some
Um,
definite pain.
Definitely.
Last living memory.
Definitely not pleasant at all. You put up quite a struggle. You died for a while.
It was like one of those quick time mini games of like hitting X to keep something from coming at your face. Ultimately, I failed.
Because we can't hit X enough for that.
Some strange things happened. You woke up naked in the forest. You followed some voices. Saw your friends again. Immediately fell unconscious.
Pass the fuck up.
Your arm's back.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
I can bait again.
nearly an instant, you are awake
Can do
again.
better.
And looking around, you find yourself in a room that, although it reeks of mold and mildew, has plenty of creature comforts. It's a cozy bed on which you are laying.
Well, mold and mildew are creatures.
What's that?
Mold and mildew are creatures, so I'd assume they're quite comfortable.
In the setting, yes. There's a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, a large iron stove. Wood to feed it. You do catch that there are like pieces of burnt paper around.
Oh god, somebody.
Look, there's a wooden chest that's closed. There's a standing suit of armor, and when you look up, there's like old wooden rafters, and it looks like they're like damaged, destroyed. Like you're surprised that they're even able to hold this place up. And you also see attached to the top iron chains that support what appear to be an elevator platform in the center of the room. There is also a small folded piece of paper on the desk that appears to be intentionally placed.
I will, noticing its intentional placement, pick up that piece of paper and see what it says.
All right, what does it say, y'all?
You can say that.
Did they
I
all
wrote
get
it.
part of the message?
Who wrote it? Because I could say I wrote
Yeah,
it
who wrote
in
the
really
message?
bad writing.
I can't write.
I
so-
scribbled a little message in the corner like, get well soon, XOXO lip and cut. Like someone passed it around and was like, here, sign this.
There's
Not
a-
really
there's a rune in
remembering
Druid
very
color.
well, briefly meeting up like, fuck is lip and cut?
We found safe tower. It's really bad handwriting, by the way.
How do you read?
I can read and write. No, I can.
Okay.
I can read and write.
Right.
It's really bad handwriting. We found safe tower. Put you in it. We are going to deliver wine at Valakai.
Yeah,
That's
at that
how it's
point,
spelled. It's like
I can't separate what you're trying to say. So.
It's like really bad spelling.
I do get that it's the notice from you, though.
Yeah. And that's it.
In the grammar.
That's like what I put.
All right. I'm gonna try and find some. Am I clothes? Did somebody put clothes on me? I was naked.
You are
when I came
swaddled.
out.
in-
Your equipment is in the room.
It was almost difficult for you to get out of the blankets that we
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that's
so
also,
we
that's
swapped
also
the
true.
blankets.
Yes,
we
you
have-
are
literally
you're
swaddled
tightly
you.
wrapped, like a burrito.
He can carry you very easily, so it's like, yeah, no, we swaddled you up and carried you around.
Yeah. Over my shoulder.
Human burrito.
Okay, I do want to throw this question out there. Did you mention in the note how to get out of the tower?
No. I would not have. I don't know if anybody else.
No, nobody did. We didn't think of it.
Oh man.
There's a way to get out of the tower? I forgot.
No, I mean if you're up in the top.
Just let him.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
figure it out.
didn't put that in.
Okay,
I'm gonna get dressed.
okay.
I'm gonna,
As you're getting dressed, you catch the scent of lavender. It appears to be coming from the chest. Did you mention anything about the chest? 'Cause I think you said that you would have.
I'm pretty sure you wrote, don't
Pretty
look in
good.
the chest.
Okay, I put
I
chest bad.
I definitely remember don't look
Chest
in the chest.
dangerous. P.S. Were you guys like telling me what to write as like the bad, illiterate, slightly illiterate Fardin? Or did somebody take it over and start writing on
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my sword first of all and take a few practice swings with my proper sword hand. Man, it feels good to be a gangster. I am going to walk over to the chest with my sword out and open the chest.
You open the chest. You look inside, and inside you see a waxy, sort of severed human head.
Oh.
It appears to be a male, olive skin, perhaps a Vistana. Is not familiar.
Right. I'm just gonna close that door again and take 2 steps back and pretend I didn't see that.
You
Then
you don't know what you expected.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected. I'm going to exit the room and try and find my way out of this tower.
Now, how do you exit the room? Now, from what you can see, there's a very simple elevator. It's like a wooden platform.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be on like a pulley system. Like there's chains that go up in the rafters here and then down.
I'll let him use the elevator.
Okay. You don't see any way to manipulate this thing. It doesn't look like you would raise or lower yourself under your own power.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything around that might assist me with exiting this room or floor or wherever I am?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh God.
First roll of the day.
Yep.
Just realized how long this is going to be.
Yep.
Roll the 6 plus 12 total.
Okay, that's actually okay. You look around, you don't see anything, but you look down, and through a hole in the wood, you can see down to the very bottom of the tower, and it appears that there are 4 humanoid forms made of perhaps clay, and they are each holding a chain. And it appears that they are the ones holding this thing up.
I'm going to shout down to them and say, oh, hey, can you get the elevator going?
One of them kind of looks up at you,
Uh-huh.
doesn't seem to recognize what you say, and just goes back to a default position.
Oh, hell.
You know that it hurt you,
I'm going to
and it appears that there's 4 floors here.
violently rattle the chains in the elevator.
And when you do that, a couple of the figures take one hand off of the chain, and they appear to be holding a fist up, like they're ready for battle.
Oh.
And then when it settles, they go back and they place their hand on the chain. You do know that they heard you. They appear to understand you.
I'm gonna shout down elevator while standing in the elevator.
There's no immediate response. You can make an insight check.
14.
14. In certain major cities, you know that there are similar contraptions, and you know that these lifting mechanisms are controlled by specifying a destination.
I'm gonna shout ground floor.
And as you do so, the 4 of them let go of the slack in their chains, and it's not a gentle ride down. It's clunky, it's jerky, but you do eventually make it all the way down.
Yeah, just
To the
reverse the
bottom floor.
afterlife. I think I can handle the elevator. Alright.
You find yourself on the bottom floor. There's those 4 figures there, and then there is a door in front of you.
Tip my head to the golems for their work and walk the fuck on out.
Yeah, and you could swear that one of them gives you a nod as you're on your way out.
Nice.
You open the door, no problem. You find yourself on an island on a lake, and there is a pathway. It's about 100 feet going to the shore.
I'll walk to the shore and take a look around.
All right, you traverse across, No problem.
Did we leave any corpses behind there?
Oh yeah, there would be a couple of dead wolves lying around from the spike growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the shore, there are a couple of wolves that appear to have been.
This literally changes nothing for me.
Yeah,
Just
just dead
a bunch
wolves.
of dead wolves, and it's like, oh well, my party was here.
Now you
Seems
start-
like they're all alive and kicking.
Now
so.
you start whistling.
Yep. You start whistling and trotting down the road.
Yep.
It's like, yep.
Hey, they made it out. It was my hope that you all ran the hell away from Strahd
Yeah.
after basically committing suicide by Strahd.
There's a small. It's basically a dirt trail. It appears to go into the forest. If you follow that, before long it kind of splits left and right. Appears to be forming a little bit more of a developed road, but still pretty rough. You, especially because of the setting sun, you're able to orient yourself, and you know that they mentioned going to Valaki, which would be east of here. You could follow the road to the east, though.
I will do so.
Yeah, even though this one is not familiar to you. Are you trying to do this with some speed? Or are you trying to catch up with the group?
Yeah, I'll try and catch up with them.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like they've been gone very long. Just
I mean, the second time I've died inside of a year now, so I'm like, well, every time I wake up, I think I wake up just a little bit weirder. Like, well, clearly it's my job to keep bumping into Strahd, so bump into him I shall.
yeah, you go through the forest and it's quiet. It's lonely. You're not sure exactly what's happened or what's going to happen next. But you're going along the road. You eventually come to a crossroads. This one's familiar. You've seen it before. You were just coming from the east and you took a different direction. You know that you can just go east and Valaki is not too far.
Awesome. I'll keep heading towards Valaki.
Okay. And as you're going down, when you're getting pretty close, you can almost swear that you see a group of 5 figures with a large wagon making their way to Valaki. It's at this point we're going to switch to the main party, and and something that I forgot to mention from the recap is that as you said, you met, I think it was you, met with some certain Vistani who were looking for a girl named Arabelle. You had met Vistani looking for these people
Yeah, I need to
before.
write that name down.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Hold on.
I didn't remember the name of the girl.
And the party had come across a group of them that were looking for her. One of the women, she kind of seemed to be like the leader of the small group. Asked the party about her. Also noticed the shipment of wine that they were carrying. She requested that they turn over a little bit of that wine, and the party refused. After which that group seemed to move along back towards Valaki, where they came from. Told them that they had a camp southwest of there. And I don't believe she ever gave her name, did she?
I don't remember.
That's right. Okay, so you guys are walking along. You're about to approach the gates of Valaki.
Which I would have wanted to stop before so I don't get arrested.
Yep, naturally.
Yeah, and so did the party want to walk up to the gates?
Probably out of sight.
Okay,
Yeah,
you just
split off.
have an envoy basically going. Okay, so even then, even before you get to that point, can we set a marching order? It's been a very long time since we've done that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to go at or near the front, as
I would
I'm
be in the
not,
middle.
not wanted.
Yeah,
Can I
I like
take
that, yeah. I'll
the
go in the
quickest
back.
of retcons
I would be
and say that I washed
in the
my
middle,
clothing.
but
Can
behind
I say that I washed my
you.
clothing at the lake? Since I have the time.
Washed his clothes.
I watched, yes.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so who's
So who's in
trying
front?
to lead this?
I'll go back.
Sean's in the middle. He's the back. I'm in between
I'll be
I'll be the front.
the two of them.
Are you also wanted
Me?
in Valaki?
Yeah.
I'll be.
Real.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'll be
yeah.
in front of you then.
Everyone except you, Lip.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
I feel like we should all stand like
200 to 300.
Oh, I was
I'm
gonna-
saying we hide in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
I'll take the
Just-
wagon up.
If we're closing in on Velaki, I would be like an ox or something, blowing the cart. I think was the plan.
Oh, you-
Only
Yeah,
so
with
this is
left,
going to be
yeah.
Yes,
this is going to be
that's a good idea.
before
The gates are in sight.
before you're approaching. This
Yeah.
is just as you're going down the road.
Okay,
towards
good.
it. So
Cool.
you would still be in front,
I'll
Boris.
still be in front.
Okay.
Would
So
anyone be next to him?
I'll be next to him.
Oh, that's right. I'm pulling the cart until
Until
Boris becomes an ox because like we don't have a horse. So.
Okay. So do you want to be in the middle?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
like however.
Plenty of ground
if
to
there's
involve.
enough space for both of us, then
My
we'll go too.
great horned owl is sitting on the top of the wagon, just kind of like watching you sweat.
Actually, this is like not that big. Like I don't know how heavy it is, but like I power build, so it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You can roll it along.
Big boy.
And then Mike, are you watching the rear?
Exactly what I was
Not
like.
very well,
because
but
I'm
yeah.
powerful.
Okay. So, okay.
So
So my
I
cock
was
is in the
the
back.
middle
10 strength. I have like
of
3.
whatever group there is.
So
Carrying
who's in the
capacity.
back? Are you in the back?
No, he's actually, since we changed the order, since you're currently pulling the...
The three of you all said you're in the middle, which you can't be. So
Well,
figure
he's
it
in the
out.
middle, I'm in between the two of them, is what we said. He was going to take the back.
Okay.
Now that he's pulling the cart, obviously that doesn't work.
It's us two. Well, the cart can be in back. It's us two, Mike, Fenris, Fardin.
Oh,
This is as we're on the road
Sounds
or
fine.
as we're approaching Velaki.
You know what? Long
If
story.
it's as we're approaching Velaki, he's an ox
they
taking
have
the
not
cart.
approached
and
the
we're
water,
back.
so it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
You have not approached Vlaki.
Okay.
Cool, figured that out.
Here's what happens.
At least
You guys are going along,
Need context.
and fortunately, you guys got lucky. None of you are surprised as you all notice that. We can start to move some things here.
Oh, okay. You want some figures?
Yes. You notice that in the woods, on the right side of the road, a good bit of distance away, just a matter of about 30 feet or so, is
Oh, more space for a cart.
a figure crouched, attempting to hide behind a falling tree, and
This is ahead of us.
this is off on the side of the road, and they are wielding a hand crossbow.
Yeah, because the last thing we heard some noise coming from the forest.
Gotcha.
That's right.
Yes, I was hoping no one remembered that. So you notice that, and we're actually gonna we can turn those sideways
Who's the
because
cart?
it's the left and right that's gonna So you guys can even put them over
Right
a
here?
little in that direction. Yeah. So there's a figure about 30 feet away, failing to hide. Behind a fallen tree. We'll say the. You can take a marker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just fallen tree.
Say the edge of the road is right here. Just goes like that. It's actually not very far at all, so it's more like they're more like 50 feet away. Okay. And
I'm listening.
Is it light out?
it is the sun is almost getting towards setting. It is late afternoon.
It's dusk.
Yeah.
I need
We'll fill-
enough time to clean my clothes and shit.
Yeah.
Are we going
we'll
to be in initiative order? Or?
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll fill in the map in a second. It's about time to roll some initiative.
Alright.
Oh, that's so crappy.
Can you still
It was
that?
supposed to be a 19 and instead it rolled over to a 3.
Cool.
Oh, that's
Well,
awful.
First roll of the day was under 10.
Yeah, it's me too. I rolled a 3.
I got an 11.
Very nice, very nice.
14 here.
Boris is a 14. Mike,
7.
7.
7. Mike can go first.
Fenris.
6. 3 plus 3.
Okay, and we have returned. We lost a bit of audio there. But luckily, the main thing that happened is that the party was ambushed
Youch.
Unsuccessfully.
by the very same Vistani that they had just spoken to.
No one was
Should've
really
taken the
harmed.
hit.
They did not do very well. They failed to get surprise on any of the party members, and so they were sort of dismantled one by one as they fled feebly. The party was able to capture 2 of them alive for unknown sadistic purposes.
We're just gonna turn him in.
To the sheriff.
And this is where we find ourselves. You're still with the cart. You're still on the road. You have not taken the time to short rest yet. It is getting dark. If you take a short rest, it will definitely be dark. Valaki is not very far at all.
The 2 of us are taking the cart to Valaki, dropping it off, meeting back up with the party, and then we're going to all try and get back to the tower for a long rest.
Real quick, since I have not been to Valaki, before you transform into an ox, I'm going to ask you some questions about the people that live there, what race they are, their opinion about Vistani, their opinion about Strahd.
Okay.
Are the people who live there Vistani?
No,
Do they like the Vistani?
I don't think so.
What
You would
think
know
most
that
people
Vistani
would-
are not allowed in
Yeah,
Valaki.
Vistani are not allowed there at all.
Do you think they would not appreciate someone who looks like me? Chestnut skinned, half elf with a red purple mohawk and a bunch of tattoos.
You should be fine. They allowed us into Valaki,
Okay.
but we obviously
Just
screwed
asking
that
because
up.
I can do this and I transform myself into someone else.
If it makes you more comfortable.
No, I put a lot of money into the hair and the tattoos, so keep doing this.
Okay.
Cool, thanks. Alright, feel free to ox it up, my friend.
Cool.
Turn to an
Was
ox?
that you casting the spell?
Yes. It's not a spell, it's wild shape. It just
Huh?
happens.
Gotta get you a disguise kit.
I have. I don't need one. But yeah, sure.
So
Disguise
you
myself
hitch
as a
up
magic
to the
thing.
cart.
Disguise
Hitch up to
that
the
person.
cart.
I'm
We
assuming.
Head off.
You
Like take
you
off
roll
my
it
mask
forward,
or another
Yeah.
mask on.
and the rest of you watch as an ox and
Whoever
live.
this guy.
I imagine you're holding a rein on the ox.
I'm holding a
And
rein.
It's like holding them along.
I've got a staff in the other hand. I've got my hood up. Debbie is again perched on top of the cart.
And you see them going down the road into the darkness with the torchlights of
Are you joining
Valaki
us?
barely visible in the sky
Okay,
above.
we also have this guy with us.
Oh, tears
Tears
coming.
coming.
Tears with us.
Okay.
Looking like a new man.
Okay, so it's the 3 of you.
I also would cast light on the top of my quarterstaff.
Okay. But it is like very obviously magical light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You approach and you see a series of tall logs with pointed tips lashed together to form a 15-foot high wall around this town. There's a large gate in front of you, and you do see 2 people standing apparently at guard outside of the gate.
Alright. Once we're kind of within hearing range, I'm going to pull the reins on the ox a little bit and yell, "Hail! We bring word from the Wizard of the Vines."
You hear, "Halt! What is your business?"
We have a delivery of much sought after imbibement. We have liberated the Wizard of the Vines?
Wizard of Wines.
We've liberated the Wizard of Wines and come bringing refreshment and merriment to the town.
There's a pause. There's a silence. And you hear, "How many are you?"
There are but 2 of us.
Okay. What is your name?
I am a traveler from beyond these lands. You may call me Lippincott. I am known to the tenders of the Wizard of Wines and to my party, but I am pleased to be within the sight of friendly walls.
You hear, "Approach."
Like other reins.
Let's start moving forward.
And you see 2 human males at the gate. They're not familiar. They're holding torches. They do have weapons. Basically at the ready, though not in their hands.
Is there a torchlight on the wall? They have torches.
They have torches in their hands.
Alright, once we get close, I'm going to dispel the light from the staff.
Okay. And as you approach, they look at you with bewilderment, especially. And they don't recognize you. Okay? So, you say that you liberated the winery.
Myself and my compatriots, yes. There was a scourge of scarecrows and other foul beings, but we managed to secure a powerful piece of the wine growing process and liberate them from enemies.
And he's starting to walk around to look at the cart, look at the barrels of wine there, and he says, "You keep talking of your compatriots. Where are they?"
Sitting here not talking.
Business pulled them elsewhere. We were waylaid upon the road, and to ensure the security of our hard-won wine for your people, they decided to cover our rear while we made forward with the supplies.
Okay. I would like you to make me a charisma deception check.
Can do.
Because I don't think that's the actual reason.
Nope.
But,
Oh, that's the computer. The surface.
That is only an 11.
Wow.
Roll a 4.
and he's really looking at the barrels now. He gives one a poke just to see if something sloshes.
I'm gonna take my hood down and kind of put my staff, lean my staff up against the cart, and kind of just look as my guard is down, and I
Chill,
just
bro.
kind of chilled out as possible, trying to look friendly.
And he says, "You've done a great deed. Where did you say you came from again?"
We are on the road from we're on the road. We came directly from the Wizard of Wines. We fought a hard-won battle at Yesterhill, and came here straight away knowing that we would be harried by enemies.
And before that,
Before
you're not from around here.
No, I'm sad to say happy to say my experience in this dark land has been short-lived, and I have only recently arrived. The Yesterhill battle was my first in this strange place, and I'm happy to be alive, but my knowledge of this land is very little other than that.
It's a strange place you found yourself in. What'd you say your name was again?
You may call me Lippincott, or Lip, if the syllables prove too many. And I cannot agree more at the strangeness of this place. I hold my respect for you people high. Making us surviving here seems challenging.
He just nods and he kind of gives a look over at his partner. He says, "Thank you. You've done a great deed. It's been sorely needed in this town. We'll take it off your hands. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I shall inform Erwin, I assume."
Yes, this is definitely for Erwin. Send our regards. Tell him to enjoy a goblet for us.
"I will." And he was a little whoop, and from the inside, the gate is opened, and a couple men step forward to basically assume control of the cart.
Hey, Kenneth. Oh, hey, guys. How's it going?
Gone.
Hey.
I'm going to look over at you and just going to raise my eyebrows. Are you trying to go in? Just kind of asking a question with my eyes.
Yeah, good to go.
And actually, first they'll ask, "Is this one yours?" Referring to the oxen.
Yes, this is a faithful animal we've taken with us so far, and if you're not in dire need, we would like to continue its loyal service.
Yeah, and they'll start to unhitch it, and they'll start to roll it in.
Making any moves?
And
Doesn't seem like they want us coming in just the line.
actually, in looking through the gate, just looking kind of into there's a few people out in the streets, and you do see one that is familiar to you. It's a person standing out in front of the church looking at whatever this is, whatever's going on, with kind of wide eyes, not really sure what's happening. It's Irina.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think she knows you.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're the only one that she knows. And there's some other weird stuff, and she just looks
Kind of
concerned. She's looking around. She looks like she's about to head back into the church.
I kind of cut my eyes over to her and give her a look, just to let her know that. recognize her. But,
Okay. And at this point, they've wheeled the cart into Valaki. And they're starting to close the gates, and the guy says it's a great deed that you've done. We appreciate your sacrifice.
Absolutely.
and it's just about dark at this point, right?
It's
Dark. Okay.
it's getting pretty dark.
I hope this finely crafted drink brings you the courage and the strength to persevere.
We will.
Good night, good sir. May we meet again.
And he looks a little surprised. Like maybe like that's not what he wasn't expecting you to just say that so casually. He just says, watch out for the wolves.
Thank you. I will keep a sharp eye, and I'm going to ignite light on my staff again.
Okay. You guys are leaving?
Yep.
Turn it around.
Yep. I want to explore if there's any other way that I can sneak into the city, potentially utilizing my 50-foot rope. Need be.
You do have 50 foot of rope. You do notice, especially now, the walls are pretty heavily guarded.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one time where the party was able to
Yeah, we
slip
got
in.
over.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like you'd be able to do the same thing again.
Damn.
Perhaps it sounds like there's someone you wanted to contact or something you wanted to get within the city. Perhaps my friend could be of help, and I gesture over at Debbie, the Great Horned Owl.
Yeah.
If you have parchment and
What?
we might be able
You just
to
write a message?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I believe I
Are we out
written
of
message.
Are we out of sight from the guards yet?
You're walking out.
Are we walking away out
Yeah,
of
we're
sight?
walking up.
Yeah, you can be.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll come out of my oxen form. I'll say, guys, we need to go. Like right now, it's getting dark. We can contact anyone we want from the tower.
Yeah, might as well just wait and do that.
So
Let's
just
go.
rub
I
out
can
your,
go shieldless for a little while.
keep on oxen it, yeah? Hold this cart.
What?
I'm gonna
It's
drop.
probably.
Are we taking the cart?
Oh, they took the cart.
They took-
They took the
Yeah, you're all
cart.
good. Never mind.
I'm gonna drop my wolf shape. I'm gonna equip the mace. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Cool.
Okay.
So I guess we made it back to them.
Wait, hold on. Question, real quick.
Now, we'll go ahead.
Sorry, I wanted to do things while they were gone and before they come back.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Okay.
So there was time passing.
So, I wanted to see if I had enough time to get my shovel out and dig a big old hole and like put the dead bodies in them.
But you're pretty big, and I would
Yeah.
imagine you can dig pretty quickly.
And then put the dead bodies in there, and then do I have 10 minutes to do a ceremony?
Knowing that they're going to drop off the line, make me an athletics check
Okay.
to see how long it takes you to
Natural 20.
dig these
Plus
graves.
Grave
so
digging
the total
montage.
is 26.
Yeah, you're like taking entire chunks out of the ground. It rained, so it's
Yeah.
very pliable as you just sink your shovel and you're just flinging huge chunks out. You do it like it's nothing, and you are able to complete your ceremony even before they arrive, or as they're arriving.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like, I just like immediately when they left, just like started gathering the bodies and just like with like determination, like sweat. Those dead things. Torm says you got to make sure to take care of that in this chapter here, and I start reading it as I do ceremony.
I say, okay, let's go.
Oh yeah, you guys aren't there, but
Oh,
yeah,
right.
oh you guys. Wait, just you two.
I picked them up and put them into the hole for you as you
So
as
those
you're
you
digging
two
the hole.
are like experiencing my Torm speech as
As a
I
whole.
do ceremony, the funeral ceremony on them, so they cannot be turned
On the road, Boris.
Ooh.
undead.
I get the
Ooh,
feeling we
7
should slow
days.
down for some reason.
Okay.
That is part of it. Yes.
Torm speech.
I'll write that down.
Yes.
What was it? Funeral?
Funeral.
Funeral ceremony.
Nice.
Funeral
One spell.
for Vistani.
Yeah.
Tried to murder you.
Yep.
Is that why you did it, or was it actually to pay respects? No. It's like,
Well, a little both. I mean, realistically, yeah.
One comes from the other.
Yeah, like I'm
Like, I
still
respect
following
you so
Torm,
much you can't be raised.
and I don't want you to turn into dead because there's shitty shit here. And I still, even when they try to kill us, I have pity on their souls because I'm a paladin.
He's just that kind of guy.
I am a paladin of Torm.
Emphasis on pal.
I'm a pal.
I did.
All right.
Paladin, pal to all.
Maybe like as you guys are walking up, you hear the finishing bits of my ceremony.
And I'm
Then,
like, let's
as
sing.
Torm would say, as you lay in the earth, you become.
So shall you
Here.
stay in the earth
Show Sal.
and not return.
You stay in the earth and not
As a zombie.
return. As the hand of Torm lays down on your body. Is that what it says? But can you read?
As we come up out of the shadows, I'm gonna just like
Yes, and even like that, it is somehow beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm clapping, but I'm trying to look sincere.
Thank you. Oh, did you guys hear that?
Just the end bit,
Oh.
beautiful, and if it prevents any more ghastly ghoulies from coming after us, I'll clap again.
Yeah, that's what Torm says that that this is a helpful ritual to go through to stop those kind of things.
Very beautiful. I wish we could have been here for the whole thing.
Yeah,
And I should
I
Boris a
can
look.
I can say it again as we walk.
It's getting late. We should probably.
We should travel
You just hear a
quietly.
little whine
Oh.
from me. That's it.
Okay, well I actually if we tied up also in the meantime we get a tied up.
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
these
bring
two
it
Talk
with
to you
us.
and I like
Yep.
I just
bring it
have,
with
I'm
us.
just gonna like
one on each shoulder.
yeah easy
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
We've got the tied up dudes. We're
Yeah.
bringing them with us.
Oh, the tied up ones.
Yes.
Okay.
For whatever nefarious plans we have for them.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and you guys are going back towards the tower?
Yes.
Okay, now it is dark. It's pretty dark. Before you cast Pass Without Trace, you would know that would really only apply if the party was moving at a stealthy pace,
Yes.
which is half of normal pace.
Yes.
You guys would know that to get there even within like an hour, you would be moving at a fast pace.
So it would take 4 hours. to
Oh,
get there.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
were
should.
stealthy. Yep.
You can
I only
You
have.
should just book it.
you can
Stealth.
book it, or you can settle down, try and settle down somewhere else for the night.
I think we should just.
Can
book
we?
it.
Well. Yeah, we should probably just book it.
Let's.
I was gonna say if we can hide somewhere using Pass Without Trace, we can get a short rest. Then I have B-shapes back. I could carry like 2 people on me.
Well,
So that'll make
short
it
rest
easier.
is an hour, or we could just make it there.
Yes.
In an hour. Let's
Let's just make it there in an hour.
Okay.
And you are beginning
Let's
to
go.
hear the howling of wolves,
Exactly.
and the woods, and
But it's
you would,
literally
would-
just turning dark. Like literally just turning dark.
It's totally fine.
It's getting about dark right
I
now.
want
Okay.
to send Debbie ahead scouting as we're walking at a
Okay.
fast pace.
All right.
You can, yeah, she can fly. You can make a perception check.
Debbie.
Go, Debbie, go. It's a 5.
Okay, but y'all, you're trying to book it back to the safety of the tower.
Yes.
And are you going the fastest way, which is the kind of the more dirt-ish?
I would say
Absolutely.
that applies to booking it.
Okay.
Should we have some?
Right.
Should we have some lights and lanterns, or should we not?
I'm using produce flame.
Okay, so I'm gonna
yeah.
have my headlamp or my
Light on my
phone
staff.
lantern.
Just hope things are scared of us.
Yeah, we're rushing.
Okay, you
The
are.
rush with lights.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can't have a light because I'm holding 2 bodies. I just in a wolf form that I can put a body in.
No, I'm not right
Okay.
now because I dropped.
Yeah,
I got
you
mine.
all.
Yeah.
You found yourself.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, caught out in the night, exposed,
Yeah.
wanting to not be besieged by wolves. Because I calculated how many dire wolves would be a deadly encounter for you all.
Oh, good.
So I have that in my back pocket whenever possible. Spoiler alert. it's
Keep
at
in
least-
mind that's when we're healthy.
It's at least 15.
Yeah, that action economy would fucking destroy it.
Yeah, we would die.
You all run. Normally this would be a moment of profound silence, but really you all are just ruining it as you...
Breathing hard and running.
I am
Yes.
prepared to
As
cast.
much as
I'm prepared to cast entangle on any enemies that
And,
approach us.
You probably wouldn't be like preparing because you have to like cast the spell.
I'm just keeping an eye out.
You're ready. Yeah, you
Mentally
can make
preparing.
I'll say you can make a perception check. I think usually you would have like disadvantage on perception, but it's fine. Just do it.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah.
We
yeah.
passed the 17.
What else is it?
You all run for About 25 minutes. You're entering what looks like the darkest part of the forest. And Fenris, make me a dexterity check.
Oh shit.
Were you in front or
I doubt it.
maybe not? It's fine. Make me a dexterity check.
15.
15. Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. You're not sure what, but you get to act. What do you do?
I'm gonna say, wait, and then cast Pass Without Trace on us and hide.
You would
I'd say we should hide.
Okay. You would. So if we were in like an initiative, you would just be casting Pass Without Trace.
Yes.
And then the party would have to hide.
Yes,
with their
I would say
action.
we need to hide.
Okay. So you cast Pass Without Trace.
I'm gonna snuff out my light.
The party. Well, so in an instant, you hear this, and you see the shadows begin to envelop all of you, almost snuffing out the lights that you have, and above you, in the trees, there's just a voice, and it says, "Don't get complacent now. The night is dangerous." And then there's nothing. You all are alone.
I would
in the
try
woods.
hiding.
You can hide.
Yeah, we're for sure.
Make, Give me some hide checks.
With plus 10.
Yeah, it's
Pass
plus
Without
10.
Trace.
That's gonna be a 29 for me.
Ooh, 17.
So what do you like dive into the woods
It's like-
and just like
13.
17.
okay.
So, what,
Yeah.
stealth check?
Are these
Plus
with the
10.
plus? These are with the
Yeah,
plus ones. Okay.
17.
17. We rolled very poorly.
Yeah, 13.
Plus 10 puts me at 15.
We
And-
rolled so poorly.
Since that was the
man.
worst, just because I have two bodies on me, so I have to like bend over and like try to
Holy
find it.
That was
Got a
pathetic.
2 and a 4.
Who had? Do we have higher than 20?
29.
29.
Just one.
And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
you
rolled.
just hear
Nice.
what do you hear? You hear
Plus 1 to still, because I'm -2 dexterity.
Yeah, we fucked up.
I knew you were my favorite. And then it's gone.
Let's
I'm
just
just reading.
let's get out of here. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna
And
put
Mike,
my
you-
head under the bush.
And Mike, you feel like you were very stealthy, and your party was just not at all.
Like, come on, guys.
Do they know where I am?
No, they wouldn't.
Oh god, they
Mike's
took
gone.
mine!
Well,
Mike is gone.
Well, Pass
Guys.
Without Trace, I would be like molding shadows. That's kind of how Pass Without Trace works.
It doesn't say you have to actively do anything. It just happens.
Yes.
I'm gonna look out and where are we going?
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Okay.
Still maintaining concentration on that spell.
Alright.
Absolutely.
It lasts for a long time.
He is
It's
running.
an hour.
And
How close are we to our destination?
you were about halfway. You.
Let's go.
Yeah, I would possibly like to be moving at like not a sprint and like running from cover to cover.
Okay.
I feel like that might be more safe.
Okay, you can do
I'll
that.
look at it.
So that would change it from 30 minutes to an hour.
even then,
30
well,
minutes
yeah.
to like 3 hours.
I think everyone has to basically decide if they're moving at the same pace.
I
or
guess
not.
I'll
just
just
run
run
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone is running.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys run, and you hear small sounds of life every once in a while, just the hoot of an owl, something.
Debbie, be
There
quiet.
are wolf howls, occasionally, always, and after about 10 minutes,
Do they
it
sound
seems
distant?
seems like they get louder, closer,
Which direction?
more frequent from the north, where the deep woods are.
Where are we traveling?
You're heading west.
Okay.
And you're gonna get louder and louder, and at this point you could swear they're maybe less than 200 feet in the woods. Want to keep running?
Wait, how how
We're still like 20 minutes away from the tower, yeah? We're just in the middle of the woods.
15 minutes.
15 minutes, so we're still just in the middle of
We
the
can
woods.
make it. We can make it.
They are already on us, basically.
I'm going to cast plant growth into the forest,
Okay.
Nice.
and we are going to keep running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
basically
good.
like marking off a section that they can't get past.
Yeah, that's a really big section
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah, it's
quarter
like
speed.
Yeah.
300.
It's like 300 feet or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
huge.
300-foot cube.
It's huge.
Yeah, they're like 200 foot
Yeah,
next
what's the
to us,
range
so
on
it
it?
just goes.
And you have to see to place it.
Well, you can just like smack it in like a place, or you mean see, yeah.
I mean, you just look out into the woods and go right there.
Yeah. Like where we hear the sounds coming back. I don't know. Do you not have it? Do you need it?
I have it.
Yeah,
I feel when you know too many spells.
thought I had it.
Alright, I'm looking it up.
Plant growth? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's plant growth, shit.
Yeah.
feet, 100-foot radius. You cast it,
Okay.
and yeah, you're very
Very
confident that it was a good shot. You know the wolves that you hear. You are very confident that they are like significantly slowed. You don't think those ones can catch up to you anymore.
Alright, let's keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
Good,
hearing
good
wolf
one, good
howls.
How far are we making it?
Keep getting louder. You're 5 minutes away from it now.
Alright, so this is like we're like the sprint, like the ending sprint.
And at a certain point, it just seems like there is just a growing cacophony of wolves right there on the edge of the forest. It's just there with you. It's following you.
I will
And after-
Drop concentration.
also cast plant growth again.
Okay, you can cast Plant Growth again.
Yeah.
And assume you all keep running.
Yeah.
And it seems like they stay where they were. Continue to howl just loudly. And by the time that you can barely hear them anymore, they've barely started to slow down.
Okay.
So go on.
Go.
When we
Across the bridge, across the
yeah,
bridge.
when we
You run.
see the tower. Right?
You get to the tower.
We get to the. We're able to.
You get to the tower. You see it. You
Dance.
Do the
you
dance.
run across the walkway. You get to the door.
I'll do it. Like,
Designated.
Just like, exactly like what I did.
You do the dance.
Yeah.
The door. What does it do? Unlocks.
I'm like standing behind him while he's dancing.
You go in.
The scenes.
Just looking out, just waiting.
TDR extreme.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
go- you go
yeah,
in.
Jordan,
What do
weren't
you
there,
do?
But it was like very much
Yeah.
like I just moved.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
you witness this for the first time. You see
Do a dance.
you see actually Fardin walk up to the door and do a funky dance.
And then the door.
Now thinking that like you have fully lost.
Yes. I assume you open the door and then you go in and you just see him throw like a black curtain aside and then just enter. Yeah.
We all run in,
Go
busting ass onto the elevator.
Close the door
Can I close
behind
the
us.
door?
Close it.
Yeah.
See if it locks.
All right.
Actually,
Just for laughs, so you can really only fit 3 of you at a time. So who's going first?
I'll go.
You're going.
Actually, I'm gonna give somebody the bot, like lay them down, pull my sword out, and wait at the entrance. until
Take the
everybody-
bodies and run
Yeah,
inside.
until
you
everybody's
fucking
in.
have those guys too. Okay, you
I'm
can bring
running
one
in
of
too.
you as well. Okay.
I feel like
So who's getting on the first one?
I feel like I should try to get up so I can start shooting anything that's coming at us.
I'm definitely trying to get in. I'm scared as shit.
Oh, is it only 3 people can get inside right now?
No.
No, you can all get
on the
in. It's just
elevator.
who's getting on the elevator first.
Yeah, so I
The
was
three of
saying
us.
the arrow slits are.
I'm waiting at the
right?
bottom floor until everybody's
I'm
just.
Yes.
carrying the dude.
I feel
Cool.
like I should try to
Yeah,
lay
there's
down
one-
some shots as soon as possible.
Same.
I'll hang
Yeah.
out next to the
And
I
you
think
guys
there's
do
there's
see
one
that
up
there.
up in the top room, so you can go up there.
Cool.
Okay, so you're getting on the first one. Who's going with
The
them?
3.
It's us 3.
The 3 of you.
Yeah.
What,
We get
okay,
on,
so you
I'm
get
like-
on, and what do you do?
4th floor!
And they
Yes.
start to.
When we get to the top.
And it's almost as if they heard your urgency because it's even faster and more uncomfortable than usual.
Cool. I am just like.
I'm tempted to be like deck save, but
I am just
or fall 40 feet.
Oh,
No,
God.
30
doubled over, like breathing so heavily.
Go boom. Get to
15.
You get to the top.
I'm gonna like
in the
stumble.
familiar room.
Yeah.
Imagine if Strahd was sitting on the bed right now.
Oh my
But
God.
he's not.
Pants.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, Christ, not again.
Cool. I'm gonna like get off and push everyone off and just be like, ground floor.
And they start to lower it down. And you're going out.
I'm
We're
See-
going to try to
Going out?
shoot at whatever.
Yeah.
You're going. You're looking out.
I want to
You,
look at the windows too.
yeah, you're ready to.
I've got my
Who's
hands up to
pursuing
the...
you? Y'all can make a perception check.
I'm also looking.
Oh, yeah, you can do it too.
14.
Going to be a 15 for me.
13.
Were you up there?
No, it's just us because we're up top looking out of the window.
You're up
So
top.
it's-
Yeah.
I grabbed the dudes and ran out of the elevator.
Well, this is during you're on the
We like got
This
out the
is-
elevator and while it's
okay.
going down, we're
Can't do
looking out the
two
windows.
inconsistent things at once. But yeah, y'all get up. You look out. You see the lake, the waterway, the forest.
Is there any moonlight?
There's a small bit. You think you would see anything that's out there.
Cool.
You see the open grass before you get to the forest. You see the trail leading into the forest. Silent stillness.
Do you think we should shoot
Nothing.
some light out there?
Bitch.
I think we're safe.
Doesn't look like there's anything at all.
Okay. All right. You're breathing heavy.
You just got pranked. You got punked.
Did
There's a
Fenris
man
get
with
up
a
the-
wolf
up the
soundboard
top
out
floor?
there.
Did Fenris get to the top of the hole?
Are you guys going with us?
Well, yeah, we're gonna be last. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. You fourth floor it up there.
All right.
You're all up in there.
I think we should keep the tied up bodies on the floor below us.
Why? Should
That's
have someone with them.
There's only so much room up here.
The floor below us is like super rotted.
Damn, I was hoping you all would forget that.
No. Those floors
Yeah.
are like fucked. They're not
This
functional.
is like the only safe spot.
Yeah. Also, we can keep an eye on them up here.
Okay.
Just
Where'd
like
y'all get the tower?
Rictavio.
No, Rictavio.
Yeah, and I'm imagining that you guys you're settling in for the night, so feel free to discuss amongst yourselves.
Okay.
There's been a lot of happenings.
Ooh, that was probably the longest run I've done since. Well, I did the mountain run with my mentor when I was 13.
Cool.
I'm just
How
wheezing.
was being dead? What was that like?
It's a long story.
Oh, I missed out on such
I'll
a
tell
great
you all about it
opportunity.
sometime.
Never mind.
What?
I mean, I'm pretty curious and we're
I have
safe now.
7 constitution.
Sitting down.
It's fine.
Did
It's something
your-
better, so it's fine.
Did you see Strahd in the
I'm just-
afterlife? Is he there? Is there any escape or respite in this place?
Is there a pre-afterlife or a post-afterlife? Is it afterlife?
Pregatory and postgatory?
Yeah.
Tyr, you s-
Can we send a message with your owl?
Yeah. Well, we'd have to go down and let her out the door because there's only outlets, but it can be done.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's before we go to bed, let's
You
send.
can make her disappear and make her pop up.
Oh, yeah,
very
that's right.
quickly.
But would a note attached to
You
her
could
also?
put the note through the arrow slit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
we should.
Oh,
send-
so actually,
Who do we want to contact?
what did you do with Debbie?
When we got to the tower,
When we got to the
she would
tower.
have been flying with us. And when we got to the tower, I just put her in the pocket dimension,
Okay.
so she's not here in the room right now.
Okay, and then you're gonna try and summon her outside.
Oh, I forgot. Fuck. Yeah.
Does that not work?
Could I
It
like
does not
poke
work.
a finger through the arrow slot and do that?
Wait, why can't you summon her outside? It's
It's
inside
an
now.
anti-magic tower. I'll have to like go down
You
and
try
step
to
outside.
you try to put your arm out, it doesn't work.
Okay. Ass. I'm gonna have to go
Inconvenient.
step outside and do that. But who are we trying to message anyway?
Well, I believe Tyr had a message to send,
That's
and
right.
I also have a
I'm basically
message
just
to
sending a
send.
weapons order to Kazdar to get me outfitted.
Who's Kazdar? This is in character.
Kazdar is a friend of their lot that came into this world with them.
He's a good little dwarf.
We knew him in the circus.
I used to throw him.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of information. Thank you.
He's a fantastic armorer, though.
That sounds wonderful. He's in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's definitely hit him up. What do we want to say?
Well, I mean, whatever he needs to say, but I think we should also send a message to Irina and see if she knows where the Amber Temple is.
That's probably a good idea.
That is the next place that I'd like to go.
I don't know if Debbie could locate 2 people who I don't know where they live.
Irina is in the church.
Okay.
I saw her when we were at the gates.
Can you describe the church and wherever Kazdar works to me in great
You can
detail?
I can actually get a message to Irina and have her deliver my message to Kazdar because she'll know where he is probably.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so send a message to Arena.
Yes.
Okay, great. Explain to me where in town the church is, so I can let Debbie know.
You saw the gates that we.
Yeah.
You saw it. when we
And if
were
you
there.
can just write that down on something, give that to me. So I have it.
The message.
The message, yeah. It's fine now.
Okay.
And just, Tyr, you were just a second ago, you were asked some questions about if you saw Strahd in the afterlife or that sort of thing. I wasn't sure if you wanted to answer that or not, but wanted to give you the opportunity.
I was going to say that all I know is that this is a hell, and as long as Strahd lives, there will be no respite, as my return is evidence of, and yours as well.
Did you? And I actually all of a sudden, since my renewed, vigor, I all of a sudden got back to being slightly serious, and said, "Did you see the?"
I was just going to Kazdar. Do I need to write anything? Okay. I was gonna say,
It's just weapons, yeah.
It's very special. And I'm also alerting him that, surprise, I got my hand back.
Do you want to write something to Irina?
So, sorry.
Did you see the other thing?
I look at you as if I don't really know what you're talking about and say, like,
The other darkness.
suffice to say that my time there was short and hard to recollect.
The other thing.
I think I might have mentioned this. There's something else in the shadow.
Aside from Strahd?
I don't know what it is at all. I just know that it is great and powerful and evil. And I don't know if it's linked to Strahd or controlling him. I don't understand these things at all. But there's something there. It's not Strahd.
We're going to need to bring
Something's holding us back.
some brighter lights to penetrate this extra shadow.
Well, I think that my cock is built for penetrating that light or that darkness.
Penetrate anything.
Penetrating that light.
My cock's gonna go where the sun don't shine.
Sorry, I had to say a joke.
I'm tempted to call it right there.
There's no.
The whole campaign was a build-up
No.
to that.
Yep. But that's it. That's all she
So,
wrote.
Tyr.
I would say this would be a good time to, you guys can take a short rest. I mean,
We're
that's
gonna long
probably.
rest.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if
Getting
you were to
late
take a
at
short
this
rest,
point.
these guys would wake up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Let's deal
Before
with
we
that.
do out the. So I would
should
say
should we deal with that? Yeah.
we.
Well, didn't it take us like a while to get here? Wouldn't they already be woken
probably-
up?
Yeah, they'd
awake
probably be
already.
awake from being jostled
shit.
by us running.
It's fast. It's up to me. I'm gonna say they're still passed out.
Okay.
You guys can. We can take a moment.
Did we
maybe
periodically
make
punch
some
them?
Yes.
While they were
Yes, in fact,
unconscious.
you made sure.
For a whole hour.
I mean, I could do that.
Huh.
Thunk, thunk.
You just smack their heads together.
Yeah, or just like, oh,
Just wrap them on my rapier across the face.
like if I would have saw
Slap
them wake
a
up,
little
yeah, I would just like crack their heads and then kept going.
Retconning the retcon knocked out guy violence montage.
They
I
spent
mean,
3 days.
The one point of humor in that sequence.
Oh yeah, I was just like running with my staff. It was like,
Yeah.
So I would say I would like to end the session with y'all in the safety of the tower. If you would like, and you can take a moment, discuss any things, make any plans. Your future is
yeah,
wide open.
okay.
Can we talk to these guys, or do you want to save that for next
We'll
time?
we'll save that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, when we talk to them, I have this ability that was also taught in some Tortle Paladins. I didn't think I could do it, but well, I want to try it. It's
Did you prepare that today?
no, but
Okay.
oh no, sorry, it's
ma-
a part of a devotion paladin.
Oh, it is.
It is
Yeah,
it is a area where people are compelled to speak the truth under the law of Torm.
Nice.
It may
Yeah, that
it could be a
is actually
zone you could be a zone where truth is told.
Unfortunately, that zone cannot be inside this tower.
That is true. So we would have to leave.
We can drag them out the front door for a little while. They can get some fresh air.
That's true. I mean,
that seems like a cool image to me. Yeah.
Worst case scenario, if we are in the middle of a lake, if we see wolves or whatever running up, we can just run into the tower.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, the wolves might scare the shit out of him. So, extra interrogation power.
They're probably not very good swimmers either.
Or we can just leave them out there for the wolves, and when they're ready to talk, then they can let us know.
That too. So we can zone of truth and
Zone of terrified of wolves.
Zone of piss the pants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zone of interrogation.
Zone of poop pants.
Yes.
Brown zone.
Okay, we've had a long day. We did something good.
Is there anything else you guys would like to say to Irina?
No.
Tell her to fucking smack Rictavio over the head for leaving all those traps for us.
Wait, so is that why?
Also, out of character, do you miss the grave digger or?
Yeah. Also, tell her Mike sends his regards to Mila bitch.
I mean, just a quick thing. If everyone can make an intelligence check.
Kazdar says give this additional, or Tyr says give this additional letter to Kazdar.
15 minus 1, that's a 14.
I got a 19.
Nat
What do we roll
20 for
for?
21.
Intelligence, you said?
Intelligence.
5.
Saving throw?
Check.
Oh, sorry, it's 4.
Okay.
I have a -1 on intelligence. I didn't know that.
Okay. Who had 18 or higher?
Me and Boris.
Boris.
Yeah.
You hear Mike mentioning these traps again, and you think back on the sequence of events that unfolded, and
I definitely remember that letter.
totally, definitely a dick move with the lightning trap. He could have mentioned that one, but the wagon. I mean, you saw it before it exploded. You were able to take a look at it. Nothing tells you that was Rictavio's wagon. You think that was probably maybe even someone else's wagon. So
Who the fuck just
you
had
think
their
you
wagon
think
there?
so you think it's very silly that that Mike is blaming all these problems on Rictavio.
Oh shit!
I'm just gonna be like, that wasn't Rictavio's wagon, right?
I don't know that. We don't have any way to prove that. There's no evidence left.
What's the gravedigger's name?
The place
Milovich.
is blown up.
Sad. What about the exploding wagon? I'm like, what the hell?
What are you talking about?
To Rictavio. Why?
Yeah, it really didn't seem his style, like the explosives.
Well, who the fuck?
Rictavio
left
seemed
an
more like a-
explosive wagon with a chicken in it.
He seems more like a saber-toothed tiger kind of guy. So
It's like a nuclear option on guarding your chicken.
I mean,
by the way, I totally forgot about the saber-toothed tiger. I still got to do something with that.
How
That
did
was a
the chicken
saber-tooth
never
tiger.
trigger the traps?
yeah. What was this chicken doing inside?
Maybe
of
it was
the
in a
wagon?
cage, like a normal human
How
would
was
put a
it
chicken.
being alive? Who was feeding it?
It's a nice
A person.
Oh yeah.
A person who owned the wagon. And did not
Who's
explode the
trapping
wagon.
a
Are you
wagon
saying-
full of explosives to protect their chicken?
I mean, think about this, guys. We haven't even been in this tower for overnight. What if somebody just comes the next day and is like, "What the fuck happened to my wagon?"
I'd say your car alarm was a little extra.
It's a little extra.
Just to be clear on our kind of directives for next time, we're seeking the Ember Temple, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do that next.
Well,
Next.
I'm dedicated to the artifact
Are you
quest.
ready for that?
I feel. Can I use my revenant sense on Strahd to feel out the importance of the task at hand that would be best related to defeating him?
is that how it works? I thought you just tell
There's really ambiguous.
Given that we
DM
haven't,
rules.
yeah,
on it?
because I took something away from you because I can't tell you Strahd's location at all times.
Uh-huh.
So, given that this is the first time it would ever have any effect at all because I keep forgetting about it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the question?
I'm asking if I can sense innately the best course of action to
Best course of action?
take in my eventual quest to kill Strahd.
I mean, that would almost imply that I know what the best course of action is, and I don't think. So what here you would know
From the
Augury.
that all of
Well,
these
well,
would be
Augury.
incredibly dangerous. Incredibly dangerous.
There is also
Now, you. It's true. You don't know the location of the Amber Temple. You may or may not have ways to find that out, or you can just look for it to see what happens. You
Good.
know how to get to the Amber Temple, but the way that you know is not a very safe way. You know that that would be the other way to get to the Amber Temple. You would know that that would be one option, is just to, I don't know, sneak into the castle and just go right for that.
I mean, we do have an invite. I do remember before dying. There'd be,
Oh yeah, we
Or
kind
you
of
have an
turn
invite.
that down a little bit.
You could try and use the invite to just get to the Amber Temple. You could use the invite to try and get the sword and escape through the Amber Temple. You all,
Swords in the crypt, right?
you all have options.
Does anyone have the ability to communicate over long distances, telepathically or otherwise?
Not me.
I have
Yeah.
an owl.
Does that and
You all
does
would
that
know.
person also turn into animals? Yes, right.
Animal
Okay.
listener, yeah.
Can one of us accept the invite? Get somebody inside it like a mouse.
That's such
find
a-
the way
such a
to
bad
the
idea.
end to teleport, or is it a teleport? I don't know.
So, and I'll mention this. You guys would probably think that, as far as details, Rick Tavio probably knows more than he's told you so far.
Okay.
And not even in the sense that he's hiding from something from you.
Just
He
Denver
like
came up.
at the a very long time ago he gave you a cursory kind of description of these things and where they could be.
Right.
But you also think that he's probably. It seems like he's been in the castle before. He might know something about
The
it.
layout.
Yeah.
Or maybe he knows where to find the Amber Temple
So he might be one to talk to. He might know something about the Amber Temple.
instead of having to go into the castle.
We need to.
Well, as a backup plan,
Somebody
can
needs to
just
go in.
infiltrate the castle, send somebody who can communicate over long distances to the temple, or they can locate the temple. We can communicate that to everybody else, and we can rendezvous there together.
That's pretty
Yeah.
dangerous sending in one person.
You would know that that
Can't
would
we
be.
just use you
quite
as a
dangerous.
distraction and let him kill you again, and then he'll just come back?
Seems like we have freebies on this, honestly.
Can I take my metal hand and throw it at him?
Can I also try to dodge it?
Yes.
Has this happened before?
Yes,
Like,
he made an attack
This
roll
is
and
the
you
third-
uncanny dodged it.
This is the third time.
Yep.
It's like a
I
meat.
mean, if you want to just like let him throw it at you, you can do that. Yeah. If you want to like act first, you can roll initiative.
Yeah.
You want to.
All right,
Could
initiative.
it take a dodge action?
Greater.
15.
You beat me with initiative. I rolled a 2.
What are you gonna do?
I'm taking the dodge action.
Okay. And then.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage on the attack.
It's just a zero.
Okay, so that's an 8 plus. Okay, so that's going to be 15.
That doesn't hit. We got
Okay.
16 AC.
Well, it dodges, but
I'd like to uncanny dodge the stream of air that slaps my face.
Indeed. Oh my gosh. Actually, yeah, the way I'm gonna flavor it is that actually this thing, the hand, it hits you right in the shoulder, but it actually doesn't do anything to you.
yep.
Just kind of like lands on my shoulder.
It does. It grazes. It barely grazes your. Yes.
Gives you a little massage.
Whoosh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I know that you guys are not going to agree on a plan that you're going to follow
Sure.
next time anyway.
This is,
so
I'm gonna pass this around just so that everyone agrees that that's what I'm sending.
I am content to call it here in a brief moment of respite.
Sure.
We can begin tomorrow with perhaps a moonlight interrogation.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool to me.
Sounds pretty
All right.
romantic.
Amazing job, y'all.
Yeah. Good
You,
session.
you didn't die.
Yay, I'm alive.
I didn't take
I'm back.
damage.
Finally.
I did, but it didn't matter.
I healed so much damage.
I almost died.
But then you got healed to full.
Yeah.
In
This
like
is
2
crazy to
turns.
me.
I had a feeling something like that would happen. I just didn't want to push it too far and like TPK you guys.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so short rest
Yeah,
then.
that was a good fight. Good.
Yeah, well, I guess
Hey,
we'll
you,
short rest.
you can get a short rest now. I don't know if it's going to matter for the interrogation, but
Well, I've got my spirit totem back, so
oh yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Good stuff.
All right. So what do we say to go out?
Here.
See you next time on
We're done.
Pacific Northwest.